Your brain weighs only about 3 pounds, yet it contains roughly 86 billion neurons. When anxiety hits, this compact powerhouse can feel overwhelming. Inside, neurons communicate through bursts of electrical signals, called action potentials, which propagate at speeds up to 268 miles per hour. Anxiety doesn't originate from external stress alone. It involves an intricate internal dialogue between brain regions like the amygdala, which is critical for emotional processing. These regions can trigger a cascade of responses before you're even aware of it. The true marvel is that such a small shift in neurotransmitter levels can alter your entire perception of reality. Anxiety isn't just a mental state, it's a full-body experience. When you feel anxious, your hypothalamus, a tiny structure in your brain, signals your adrenal glands to release adrenaline. This hormone floods your system within seconds, increasing your heart rate and sharpening your senses. Your pupils dilate, allowing more light to enter, enhancing your vision. Yet this response can occur without any immediate threat. It's a residual mechanism from when humans faced predators. Today, the same reaction can be triggered by a text message alert. This legacy system once ensured survival, but now, it can lead to chronic stress. Inside your brain, the limbic system plays a key role in anxiety. This network, involving the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, processes memories and decision-making. When anxious, your brain prioritizes negative memories, a phenomenon known as negativity bias. This bias may have helped our ancestors survive, but today it skews your perception, making challenges seem insurmountable. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, can become hyperactive, misinterpreting non-threatening situations as dangerous. This overreaction causes a loop of anxiety, where fear propagates more fear, amplifying sensations and altering your judgment and behavior. The prefrontal cortex, a region critical for rational thought, is often overshadowed by the amygdala during anxiety. This suppression can impair your ability to think clearly and make reasoned decisions. Interestingly, the prefrontal cortex is one of the last areas of the brain to develop, maturing fully in your mid-20s. This developmental timeline means younger individuals are particularly susceptible to anxiety's effects because their decision-making centers are still evolving. Meanwhile, neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine can fluctuate, further influencing your mood. These chemical changes create a feedback loop, reinforcing the cycle of anxiety and stress. Anxiety can feel unpredictable, but it often follows a pattern. The brain's default mode network, active during rest or daydreaming, can become overactive, leading to excessive rumination. This network, involving the medial prefrontal cortex, connects with the amygdala, intensifying anxious thoughts. This connectivity can lock your mind into a cycle of worry. Surprisingly, this state is also linked to creativity and problem-solving, underscoring anxiety's complex role in human evolution. The neural choreography that underlies anxiety keeps you vigilant and responsive, yet it can also spiral into overwhelming, perpetual fear. Understanding this pattern is the first step in unraveling the mystery of anxiety. Deep within your brain, the amygdala acts as a sentinel, constantly scanning for potential threats. When it perceives danger, even if imagined, it sends a distress signal. This signal travels through neural pathways to the hypothalamus. In response, the hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system. This triggers the release of catecholamines, including adrenaline and noradrenaline. These chemicals prime your muscles for action by increasing glucose availability. Simultaneously, they heighten your alertness. This cascade can occur in milliseconds, showing how your brain prioritizes survival. However, in modern life, this ancient response is often misdirected at non-lethal stressors, like a looming deadline. At the cellular level, anxiety involves complex interactions between neurotransmitters. Gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA, is crucial here. GABA is an inhibitory neurotransmitter which calms neuron activity. In times of anxiety, GABA's effectiveness may be reduced, allowing excitatory signals to dominate. This imbalance can amplify anxiety. Serotonin, another key player, regulates mood and emotion. Low serotonin levels are linked to heightened anxiety risk. This neurotransmitter's activity is modulated by receptor sites on neuron surfaces. These receptors function like locks, only opening in response to the right chemical keys. Understanding these molecular interactions is vital in comprehending anxiety's grip. Within the brain, synapses are the junctions where neurons communicate. During anxiety, synaptic plasticity is affected. This plasticity refers to how easily synapses can strengthen or weaken over time. The process involves neurotransmitter release and receptor activation. In anxious states, synaptic plasticity can lead to reinforced fear memories. The hippocampus, responsible for memory formation, plays a role here. It encodes the emotional context of experiences, solidifying them in your memory. Once a fear memory is established, it can trigger anxiety long after the original event. This synaptic fine-tuning ensures your brain remains adaptable, but it also perpetuates anxiety cycles. Cortisol, a steroid hormone released by your adrenal glands, is pivotal in anxiety responses. It follows a precise feedback loop involving the HPA axis, the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal glands. When you perceive stress, the hypothalamus secretes CRH, prompting the pituitary gland to release ACTH. This cascade signals your adrenal glands to produce cortisol. In short bursts, cortisol helps manage stress, but chronic exposure can have adverse effects. High cortisol levels can impair cognitive function and weaken your immune response. This sophisticated hormonal dance showcases your body's balance between short-term survival and long-term health. Electrical signals within your brain occur through action potentials. During anxiety, these electrical storms can become dysregulated. The brain's electrical activity is measured in hertz, indicating cycles per second. In anxious states, beta waves ranging from 12 to 30 hertz dominate your brain activity, associated with heightened alertness and arousal. Conversely, alpha waves linked to relaxation decrease. This shift in brainwave frequency underscores the brain's adaptability, yet also its vulnerability to anxiety. By understanding these electrical patterns, scientists explore ways to modulate brain activity and potentially alleviate anxiety's grip, highlighting the brain's intricate electrical symphony. Your brain's anxiety responses, while ancient, can become maladaptive. In extreme cases, this results in anxiety disorders. Generalized anxiety disorder (GAD) affects roughly 6.8 million adults in the U.S. It's marked by persistent, excessive worry without specific cause. Here, the amygdala is often hyperactive, while the prefrontal cortex struggles to regulate emotions. This imbalance can cause a continuous state of heightened vigilance. Interestingly, brain imaging reveals altered connectivity in anxiety disorders, with stronger pathways linking threat detection and emotional response regions. These insights suggest that anxiety is not just a heightened state but a rewiring of neural circuits, illustrating how deeply anxiety can reshape your brain. Panic attacks provide a stark example of anxiety's extremes. During a panic attack, your body reacts as if facing immediate danger. Heart rates can soar to over 150 beats per minute, akin to intense physical exertion. The surge of adrenaline prepares your muscles for action, even though no escape is necessary. Breathing becomes rapid and shallow, reducing carbon dioxide levels and causing dizziness. This hyperventilation can lead to tingling sensations in your extremities. These physiological responses, though harmless, can reinforce the fear of losing control. Understanding this complex interplay between mind and body helps demystify the intense experience of panic attacks. Chronic anxiety can push the brain to its limits. Prolonged stress exposure can cause neuroplastic changes, shrinking the hippocampus, which affects memory and learning. Meanwhile, the amygdala may grow larger, enhancing its response to perceived threats. These alterations show that anxiety doesn't just affect your mood but can physically reshape your brain's structure. Research from Stanford University highlights that these changes can occur over just a few months of chronic stress. Yet, neuroplasticity also offers hope, as targeted interventions can reverse these changes. This dual nature of neuroplasticity underscores your brain's resilience even in the face of persistent anxiety. Rare conditions offer insights into anxiety's mechanisms. Urbach-Wyeth disease, a genetic disorder, causes calcification of the amygdala. Affected individuals often exhibit reduced fear responses, providing a natural experiment in how fear and anxiety operate. These cases reveal the amygdala's central role in processing fear and anxiety. Without the typical amygdala response, the brain's ability to recognize and react to threats diminishes. This lack of fear can lead to unsafe behavior, yet highlights how anxiety in moderation is crucial for survival. This condition offers valuable perspectives on the balance between necessary caution and overwhelming fear. The most surprising insight into anxiety may be its evolutionary origins. Anxiety isn't just a flaw but a feature of human evolution. It has helped humans survive by enhancing alertness to danger. A study published in the Journal of Neuroscience found that those with anxiety may be more attuned to potential threats. This heightened sensitivity can lead to better decision-making and risk assessment. Thus, anxiety's roots lie in its ability to keep you safe. While modern life often misaligns these instincts, understanding anxiety's evolutionary context reveals it as a protective mechanism rather than a mere hindrance, fundamentally reshaping how we perceive this complex emotion.